Yep. Guys, we're in the shop, we're making sawdust, we're doing things, we're talking about guitars, doing some sort of stuff. I don't know, typically. What are we talking about, Aaron?
We're talking about anything and everything guitars.
Anything and everything guitars. But, in particular this week, we've got a couple of things that I'd like to show. So come over here, just real fast.
We're going into the shop.
Yeah.
Word.
So, coming in soon enough, there's this guy.
Purdy.
25.5-inch scale length. We're gonna have a Floyd Rose on this guy, obviously. Luminlay dots. Flame maple neck.
What color are the dots?
They're blue.
Blue.
Blue. They're blue.
Like
Who's that for?
Like the
This
sky.
is a stock guitar.
Ah, so that means it is available for
Yes.
purchase. Maybe you should hit him up.
Yes. Black hardware, of course, with the pale moon ebony. Yeah. Quilt maple top. Along
Dude.
with the veneer.
He needs another stock pale moon ebony. Tell him you need us another stock pale moon ebony.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, with some of your new
Well,
designs.
if we want to talk about that just real fast, let's show him this.
There's a lot of stock builds that he needs.
Yeah.
All right.
This is an interesting piece. It's just
Look
rough
at
resawed, but you
that.
can see like all the fractures in it.
That reminds me of a like a Korn their CD covers, like the way they got their scribbles real.
It's this piece was so fractured. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with it. I don't know. You can see the fracturing right here from the drying process. If anything, I would put this in a
Epoxy
an
bath.
epoxy bath and just epoxy this whole thing up. It would be impregnated with epoxy, which is not a bad idea, but if, you know, hey, who am I to say no? I don't know. I don't know.
He never knows.
Yeah. But anyway, we're gonna go back into the shop here. We've been busy. Very, very busy. We've got, this is a 8-string that we've got coming around.
Ooh.
It'll be going probably, I'll start this guy up probably after January. So yeah, after January, we've got a corroded 8-string multi-scale coming out. Perpendicular on the 8th fret, or on the 12th fret. We got a 7-degree neck angle pickup and 11, well, it's going to be an 11-degree pickup angle on the bridge.
Nice.
Yeah, so 27, 25.5, we're going to do this. We've got the wood picked out. I'm not going to go over it just now, maybe next week. I don't know. But yeah, that's going to be happening here pretty soon, so I'm excited about that. But yeah.
How thick is it going to be?
This one's probably going to be about 1 5/8. Normal guitars are probably right around 1 3/4. That's a standard. Unless it's like a Les Paul, it's usually 1 7/8
See.
when it's.
So you're taking that much thicker?
Yes, that much thicker. That much thicker.
Yeah.
Flatter top, or are you doing a carved top?
I haven't decided yet. With the wood that I've almost picked out, it might be a flat top, but I also have done a concave top at a 50-degree radius. Those always work out really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Is it going to have a fatty carve? A belly carve?
Yes, it will have a belly carve. It will be nice. Suck it in. It will be nice.
It's going to be ready for right after those holidays.
Right.
Yeah, right. Yeah, absolutely. But, so that leads us into the main thing that we're talking about here today, guys. We've got Arnold's guitar here, his custom 8-string that I built him, what, 3 years ago? 4 years ago?
3 or 4?
It was one of the first
Yeah,
hunters.
one of the first hunters. This was actually one of the first hunters I ever built. And that's super cool to see that it's come back and it's played. It's, dude, seeing these things out in the wild. I've got a couple of posts that I'm behind on right now. But I have a couple of posts of Reichardt guitars in the wild. So stay tuned for that. But this one holds a special place in my heart. because it's one of the first hunters. I think it is almost one of the first
I
hunters.
think it is the
It's
first
the
one.
first one. And it's got...
Didn't you help him design it, or was that
No. He
That was
came up with this.
that was the E?
So what?
Yeah,
that was the E-type.
Yeah.
What I love saying about this is that I kind of feel like this was sort of leading me to my first actual purchase, because I remember I commiserated with him that, man, I wish I could find an awesome 8-string fan fret instrument that was an X shape, and all of a sudden, lo behold, one starts being built in this room. And well, one thing led to another. I'm like, you know that's coming home with me, right?
Yeah.
That's what Nate loves to hear.
Yeah, that's what I love to hear. That's always great to hear.
And for those of you that were maybe looking at the plans for the other 8-string and were like, the perpendicular fret's the 12th fret, I don't know about that. That's exactly what's going on with this one too.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, it's comfy. This is my main 8-string that I play these days. And I love it. It feels comfortable as hell. And honestly, I've got no issues with the fact that the 12th fret is the perpendicular fret. It plays like a dream.
And of course, people could see you playing this
Yep.
on all of your social medias.
Arnold Plays Guitar.
Very
On Instagram, on YouTube, Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
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 Yep.
Instagram, Facebook, YouTube.
Yep.
YouTube, always. So, we've come in here. I've checked out the setup. There's nothing that I need to do in terms of setup. I did tighten up this pot here. It was a little loose, but that's it. Everything's working good.
super simple fix. Just pull off the little set
I
screw.
just pulled off the little set screw, pulled this guy off, tightened up the thread in there, and then went to work and put everything back together, and now everything's rock and rock. The other thing that we're doing here, and it's the main thing that we're talking about during the show, is the nut needed a little bit of work. So over the years, over the 4.5 years that he's had it, the D string has gotten a little bit loose. The deflection has changed, and that comes with the wallowing out of this string. The string is basically cut a little bit of a channel deeper,
And
so
has nothing to do with that aggressive playing.
I mean, it might very well have something to do with that aggressive playing.
If you use it,
Right.
it will wear.
It will wear, and so that's kind of what happens. These are buffalo horn nuts, and so it's not as hard as a femur bone from a cow, which is the normal thing that everybody uses for their nuts. But I use these because they're aesthetically pleasing and they're tonally pleasing to me. So that's why I use them. So the fix for this, what do? We've got a deflection of the string that is so far down that it's actually, when it's open, it's rubbing against the fret. What do?
What does that sound like?
Well, it sounds like a buzzing.
Yep.
It sounds like a buzzing. And so that's the deflection across this nut on the first fret. The string is actually rubbing up against the nut. And so what do? Basically, what I've done here is I've gotten another chunk of the same horn here, and I've plugged this slot. So you can see it right there.
Yeah.
I've plugged it, I've glued it in, and it's ready to be shaped now. So, to shaping, you might want to come over here.
And how often would something like this happen to, say, your casual player who's picking the guitar up, maybe, let's say, once a week?
It's
like,
not.
when would this kind of maintenance, say, come into play?
It's not incredibly rare, but it does happen. I mean, I'm not going to say that it doesn't, because all horn kind of, it's its own thing. So I'm not going to say that it doesn't happen. I'm not going to say that it does. But this one certainly did, which is okay.
And it lasted 3 years with those
3-4 years.
those chunks.
At least 3 years. At least
Yeah.
3 years. I think it's
Oh,
been fairly
some
longer than that.
solid
Yeah.
Yeah.
playing.
So you can see I'm using a number 2 file to file this down, and we're getting close to it. You can see it because I'm wearing through onto the actual tape here.
So would this almost be the equivalent of, say, like putting weld into a hole and then like re-drilling it, or
Almost. It's almost that way, because you can see, like, I've plugged it. You're not even gonna see this by the time I'm done because I'm gonna be cutting through that. And all we want is to make sure that we've got that floor down with the correct material of this nut. So,
hey Rox, yeah, Arnold is getting a little bit of maintenance work done. He comes in every once in a while and gets a little, tire rotation. We got to check his oil.
Right. I always need a little maintenance done on me.
Kick the tires a little bit.
Right.
and this is the D string, so it's a 26.
Yeah. Working on that D.
Arnold loves the D. String. Get your head out of the gutter, guys.
I'm just gonna use a special file here that I got from StuMac.
Now, that little piece that you put in there, the plug, do you glue it in?
Absolutely.
Press it in? What kind of glue?
This I used heavy super glue. Heavy super glue.
Industry standard.
Industry standard super glue. This is not the super glue that you get.
For 25 cents.
Yes, it's not.
It keeps it in the fridge.
I do keep it in the fridge.
Right there. We got beer and super glue in the fridge. What is going on
There's
here?
water in there. There's water in there.
There's two.
There's water in this too. There's also hops and barley.
So you can see we're cutting into the slot now and we're making it work. So if I was to just put the string on there.
Oh yeah, it's an invisible fix.
It's an invisible fix almost. So we can put our deflection gauge on there. And you can see I've heavily modified this one. Usually it's just a straight across, but I took a file and I just filed that out. So I can work on this. And you can see the deflection has gone, it's 30 plus. And we want to bring that down to under 20. It's actually 35.
So you gotta shaver a little more.
Yep, we're gonna keep going down. We're in the 26. Actually, we're gonna jump up to a 32 here.
Okay. So we always talk about, or one thing that you've always talked about, is getting a setup. You get a brand new guitar. Of course, you're going to a different altitude, temperature, humidity,
Right,
which
and
are all things
which
that
have
affect
all happened in the last
week.
I think Monday morning it was
It was like in the 40s,
30, no,
30s.
It was 30 here. It was 30.
The next day it's 72.
Yep.
Welcome to Texas.
And then the next day it's raining and cruddy outside.
Yep. So we're at just below 30 now. We need to keep going.
Now, do you get setups on guitars after you've owned them for a particular period of time?
Absolutely,
Yep.
you do.
How often do
I
you
like
get
to
a
tell
setup?
people at least twice a year. That's what I like to tell people. You can also do it every time, you get into a new season. I mean, it just really depends on what is going on with the guitar. If you find that you're having buzzing or something like that,
You
you're
come over
gonna
and you
need
come
to-
over and have some beers with your favorite guitar builder.
yeah, you're gonna need to get a setup. It's that's just kind of how it happens. The guitar it's wood, so it has to move. That's the way you get like awesome tone. Just how it happens.
So being a Reichardt customer, how much is a fix like this? Granted, he has access to you.
Granted, he has access to me. I don't charge really for setups. Since he has access to me, he can bring it to me. He can, if he needs a string change or something like that, it's just give me the strings and I'll restring it. You know, it's not that hard. That's just something that I do for my customers because I value it and it's good customer service.
And you know he's going to buy another one.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
And another one. I'm on number 4 right now that I'm slowly paying off.
All right, we're at 25 now. We're gonna keep going down.
And
That's what he said.
so if you were to say
I go down.
if you were to say go into another luthier, somebody he doesn't have access to you, how much would you guess this
I would
price
guess
more or
this
less would go across?
probably be another luthier might charge you for another nut just because they don't want to mess around with a plug
This.
or doing anything like that I'm doing for Arnold right now. They would say, "Oh, you need a new nut because the deflection is all wrong." A new nut would probably cost you anywhere from $60 to $100.
Okay. So not horrendous.
It's not horrendous.
Slightly unnecessary, but
Slightly unnecessary.
Yeah, you just don't need a brand new nut for something like this. You just plug the one you got if you have the material, and then work it.
so otherwise the strings are okay. You don't have to worry about switching those out.
Yeah.
It's just the plug
It's just
or the new
plug on the
nut.
Get in there. And with this, the way the fix that I'm doing right now, there's no buffing of the nut at all. You don't, because I buff out all these nuts, and
The string is literally sitting on what
the
you
string
fixed.
is what is sitting on. Yeah.
Now, one thing I never noticed before, and I typically will see this stuff, but what is all that over there? I never noticed that.
Oh,
The little side inlays instead of side
Yeah.
dots.
Yeah, side inlays. Yeah, that's a custom feature that I usually do.
African blackwood, the same material as the fretboard on this one.
Yeah, we've got curly maple binding, and what I did is I just made the binding. I glued it on there, and I took my chisel and I cut it, and then I glued those pieces in. Real simple, and it adds a really cool aesthetic to the guitar.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
It does.
For an already very cool, aesthetically pleasing guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're right below 20. We're right below 20 right now. I'm gonna take it down just a little bit further because I want it right at about 15 to 20. I'd rather have it on the lower side of things because the deflection of the string across the first fret is really important. We're real close. Just a little bit more.
And what were some of the other specs of this guitar? What was your top wood, back wood? What kind of hardware?
If I remember right, the Sapile,
Yep.
Sapile back. We've got Jescar 58 118 super stainless steel. We've got Elysium pickups. These were custom pickups that he wanted, right?
Yeah, it was originally something else. I wanted to say Hellfires, or it was either Hades or Hellfires, but there was something about it that I felt wasn't really suiting my playing, so I took them over to Adam. Adam rewound them and made it infinitely better for what I wanted it to sound like. So a lot more oomph while still retaining attack, and it just sounds massive. Like lots of attack, like I mentioned, but also sounds really great with those big rock chords, that just bang. It just holds it really nice. Lots of good mid range. It cuts great. Just great tone out of that. And then also the hip shot hardware too.
Yeah.
Hip shot locking tuners, hip shot bridge.
What's your take on the locking Do you feel like it's better or worse than having the kind that you can just you can change it at will?
I think to each their own. I personally am not quite sold on locking tuners being something that I necessarily have to have on an instrument. I think it's cool, but it's not something that I'm gonna like.
Seek out.
Well, it's not something that I'm gonna mandate. Oh, this has to be on every build that I ever get. Like I on the Wayland that he built for me previously, and on the one that I've got coming up too, he just gave non-locking tuners, and I'm fine. I'm fine with it. So
Yeah.
it's just some people really like the locking tuners. Some people
So
don't.
kind of more aesthetics and like bragging rights versus.
I wouldn't even say it's aesthetics. I would say that for some people, I think that it is a benefit, but just for me, not so much. A lot better.
Come, just bleed.
And I tune that down a half step, so it's F standard across the whole guitar.
So when you're kind of running through that, like, and you do this with every guitar, what are your sweeps? What are you checking?
I'm checking for buzzing. See, that's the one that we just cut. I wish we could have had like some video of
The before.
you know what I mean?
It
It sounded a little flat.
it had gotten a pretty healthy buzz going on as I'm trying to record with it at home. You were seriously hearing a lot of as you would play it, but
And it wasn't that Smashing Pumpkins whenever he stopped playing.
no, no, not feedback, not anything electrical. It was definitely just something from the string grid, the deflection.
And you're playing this all through your super special line
Line
6.
six.
But you got the magic one. You got the one that's got the extra little pizzazz to it.
I do. It's the speaker.
They gave you a little extra solder on them connections or something.
I really gotta turn that thing off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here, check on it.
Yep,
You got a pick?
I got one.
Give you some nasty chugs. Chug, 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 chug. Does it go to 11?
Yeah, it does.
But it goes to 11, not 10. 11.
This one goes to 11. Rest in peace, Rob Reichardt.
Arnold definitely goes to 11. So this being a bigger body guitar, how do you feel the balance is? Since, I mean, that's obviously a big chunk of wood.
Oh, I love it. I think it's great. Feels very, very good. Playability wise, it's always been fantastic. I've always felt like this is just a super comfortable instrument to play on. Love it.
Yeah.
Let's give the people just a little refresher of what his guitar looks like. It's been a minute since we've seen it.
His guitar?
Yeah.
Oh.
The one that's in the back that's
The one
being
that's
built.
in the back that's being built, yeah.
The one that's in progress.
We're gonna keep going on now.
Yep.
Throw this out of the way.
It's been a minute since the people have seen it.
Yeah.
But there's also been a little back and forth as far as what potentially the color would be, which is it's worked out for the timing. You've had plenty of time to think about it.
Yeah. Another Wayland, because the last one was so perfect.
Yeah.
Now, what are you doing different on this one?
So another Wayland. This one's going to be 8-string, so it's basically going to be a second Reichardt 8-string in my arsenal. So you can see from the fretboard here, perpendicular fret is going to be at the 9th fret here instead of the 12th. So just something that's a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more kind of typical of what you're finding in the industry these days with having that perpendicular fret on the 9th. Like I said earlier, though, it's not to say that an instrument with a perpendicular fret on the 12th is any less comfortable. It's just slightly different, that's all.
You pay for your guitar.
Exactly.
You wanted this.
Yep, exactly.
What kind of wood we got for a top?
So this is that special top that you got from, what was it, Pacific Woods of the Northwest?
Unique Woods of the
Unique
Northwest,
Woods.
yeah.
Wow, why did I say Pacific?
Yeah.
Pacific? Be specific.
And that's one of the trees.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one of the beautiful ones that they've got.
Yeah.
And then we've got this Carina for the body.
Yeah.
This beautiful piece of flame maple for the fretboard. This quilted maple for the neck, and then similarly the Carina, Limba, however you want to term it for the headstock there. But yeah, I'm looking very forward. Oh, and Carondelet is making the pickups for this one. A very special set. I'm not sure if I can say what that set is because it's a special 8-string version of a signature set that he's got. But just to err on the side of caution, I'm just going to tell you Carondelet is who's making the pickup. Definitely hit up Jeff.
You fell in love when we went out there in
they're
October.
They're kind of amazing pickups. I wholeheartedly recommend you check those out. But yeah, I'm stoked. I'm stoked to see what becomes of this instrument.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. there's a story about behind every single piece of wood in that guitar.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty crazy. I can tell you, like I've had that chunk of Carina for 8 years, and it's just been sitting waiting for the right person. The tree from Unique Woods of the Northwest, I was lucky to get it when he had it just coming out of the kiln, and it's got a story to it too.
Well, this is what one of the second. Technically, I guess it was one of the second or third pieces that you picked out that you actually got to build with.
Yeah. The neck wood, the neck maple wood, that's from a retired luthier that he had it for 20 years.
Oh my god!
And it just kind of sat with him for over
like,
20 years.
Hey, do you want this?
Yep, I bought it from him, and we're matching that Carina, the headstock area, the Carina headstock area to the body, so that's super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited about that one.
Oh, yeah.
Really cool.
It's going to be
awesome.
gnarly.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do anything else with this? Are you gonna do a belly carve? Are you gonna do heel carve? Anything crazy like that? Or
there's gonna be a ton of carbs. It's all hand carved.
Bevels all around it,
Bevels
like the
all around
last
it.
one.
Yep.
The you're putting the deep dish down here like you did my last Wayland, right?
Yep.
That was like everyone that took a look at that thought that was some pretty ergonomic thinking on your part to put that deep dish there.
Yeah. Typically, the jack sticks out like this, and when you're holding it,
or playing on your lap.
playing it, and it's just sticking right into your leg right here. So we put it down here because it's out of the way and you can do it. So it makes perfect sense.
Get it out of the way so you can play.
That's right. That's right. All right, guys, that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, we do these shows for you so you can have great conversations with your luthier. You can have informed conversations, and you can get what you want, you know?
Yep.
That's the way we do it. So until next time, take care of yourself and take care of everybody around you. Peace.